Hello everyone, welcome back to Just Football Channel. Yet again, we are back. We are back with more stuff. Basically, the transfer window has just closed as of now. It is shut. Some transfer window is shut. Yet some teams have gotten players last minute. Some players have gone. Some have come in. So basically, today I come with the Premier League match day 3 or match game week 3 recap. As we all know, and so a lot happened over the weekend. We saw some defeats, teams, some surprises, some shocks, some good moments, some good football. So let's go into it right away. But don't forget to subscribe, like, and share this video. So on Saturday afternoon, the kickoff was Chelsea against Fulham. This was really a good game to watch. Those who watched it, it was really a good game, but King, he got his goal for the Cottagers side, but it was disallowed after VR review, and they were like, Rodrigo Muniz had fault during the build-up of that goal. So the goal was cancelled. So in that, the goal was the decision was overturned, and Chelsea survived the early lead from Fulham. So after a few minutes, Chelsea got one up from Enzo's assist to João Pedro, and João Pedro continued to show his brilliance, and he scored yet again in his third straight game. Actually, since the Club World Cup, he has been scoring. Since he has been scoring in every major tournament he has played in, every major game he has played in, and those who had him in fantasy really enjoyed him. Then Fulham tried to make some attempts here and there, but of course was all in vain. And the first half went to when Chelsea was leading 1-up. Then in the second half, Chelsea got a penalty whereby Ryan Sessegnon held the ball in the end. Chelsea got a penalty, and Enzo converted it beautifully. And just led 2-up, and the game was really it became intense. Fulham tried to make substitutions and try to get back into the game. It was a little bit too late. Fulham suffered the loss, but that goal, that Joshua King goal, I think it was supposed to stand. It was supposed to be counted, but Fulham was unlucky, and so therefore Marco Silva's side, Marco Silva's men got their first defeat of the season. Remember, they drew with Man United and Brighton in the first 2 games of the season. So that was it. So Chelsea got their second straight win. After they went to the matches of that followed, whereby the main game was Man United versus Burnley. It was really a tough game because Man United, remember, was on pressure. Amorim's men were on pressure. Amorim was on pressure to get a win. It was a must win for United. United tried as like to create chances, as we've seen since the Arsenal game. United tried to make some chances, but the conversion rate were not clinical enough. We saw chances missed of Brian Bomo, the Cunha chance and the Euro chance in the first half, but all they were not scored. So Man United in the first 20 minutes, as usual, they were electric. They had the momentum. They looked for the goal, but it failed to come in the first 20 minutes. And then the big blow came up. Not it was after the goal that Fernandez corner kick, and Casemiro headed the ball towards the net. Then Josh Cullen was unfortunate, and he got an own goal. So Burnley considered the first goal as an own goal. Okay, that made it Man United got that's against Fulham, it was an own goal. Against Burnley, it was also an own goal. So Man United went 1-up, but as we were looking for the second goal, they got a big shock, a big blow. Matheus Cunha was ripped off and subbed off due to injury. Then Man United kept on looking for the goal, but first half it went 1-0 in favor of Man United. Then in the second half, as always, as usual, teams always find a way of coming back into Man United games. So Burnley got away because in the first half they had tried to play some passive football, safe football, but in the second half they came for it, and we are Man United were penalized by Foster. Foster equalized that 1-1 goal, and really yet again Bendia was just supposed to do better. But so the game leveled, but just 2 minutes after they had leveled, actually just 2 minutes after the restart of the game, Brian Bomo got an assist from Diego Dalot squared the ball to him, and he had his first goal of the season. And the game was 2-up again. Man United regained their lead, but again, as we've seen, then Mainu came on for Mason Mount, and then the game again, Burnley went back to level terms, whereby they got a second goal. Anthony scored. 20 minutes to go, Man United made some sub. They brought in Sesko, who had some big chances, but he failed to convert them. But again, Man United looked for the goal, and not until the 97th minute, where Man United were given a penalty due to Jadon Anthony, who he persistently held Ahmad's shirt and sustained. It was sustainable actually. Which led to a penalty, and of course, Bruno Fernandes, with all the pressure that came with that penalty, he converted it. He scored that goal, and really it was a good winning goal, and it was a very magic moment because he couldn't miss 2 penalties in a row. So that was it. Man United won the game, and really I thought and I saw it. Pressure was relieved, Amorim was relieved. As Man United were headed into the international break, they were so relieved. So those were big 3 points for Man United. For me, Brian Boom was man of the match for me. But yet again, we saw Man United was in need of a goalkeeper. So then, of course, Sesko didn't start that game as also, because he had played 90 minutes in the Grimsby game. So that was basically it. Man United won 3-2, and pressure was really relieved from Amorim. Then after there, we saw other games. Bournemouth beat Tottenham Spurs. Actually, the goal was scored in the first 5 minutes of the game, whereby Evans scored that goal. Spurs tried to look for an equalizer. Actually, it was Bournemouth who had found some fair chances. Actually, that game was supposed to go 3-up by half time, because David Brooks missed chance. The Taverniers chance. Actually, Thomas Frank's team failed to register a serious attempt on goal in the first 45 minutes. Okay, the attempt on goal came in the after the 70th minute, which was really shocking, because we saw Spurs had started a good game, like a good season with Thomas Frank, whereby that's where they went to Etihad Stadium and took a huge win against Pep Guardiola. But this time round, they were squeezed and they failed to really show up. So they were beaten 1-0, and they considered their first goal of the season. Then after that, we saw wins of Sunderland, and they beat Brentford 2-1. Of course, Leeds and Newcastle, the late kickoff of Saturday evening, went a draw game with 0-0. It was a goalless draw. So that was a recap for Saturday. Then it came Sunday. Oh my goodness, Sunday! Yesterday was so entertained. So Man City led through Erling Haaland, assisted by Mamosh, and really Brighton kept on demanding and looked for goals. I think James Trafford made some good saves here and there, but in the first half, oh my goodness, Man City, actually Oscar Bob's chance, he was just supposed to take that chance and score, but Man City were yet again Brighton came back into the game, whereby they awarded the penalty after and Matheus Nunes held the ball in the box. And James Milner scored his first goal since 2019 and adapted the celebration. Tribute to, of course, Diego Jota. So it was 1-1, and then after in the dying minutes of the game, the last minutes of the game, Man City were punished. Gruda scored the second goal, and Brighton replicated last season's performance, whereby as it was last season, Brighton trailed 1-0 against Man City, but again they came back into the game to win it as last season. So it was really a shock for Pep, but we also is rebuilding. They are clearly missing the services of Kevin De Bruyne. It was clearly seen. Then of course the injury concerns, and of course they need a better keeper. And then no wonder they have signed the Donnarumma. So that was it. Man City was beaten 2-1 at Amex Stadium. Then later in the evening yesterday, we saw the game of the season. Oh my goodness. The first 45 minutes of Arsenal against Liverpool against Arsenal, because it was at Anfield. Arsenal tried through Madueke. Madueke had some chances in the first half. He had some considerable threats in the first half, but there was nothing serious. That game actually had low chances created, because you see, Arsenal created 2 big chances and Liverpool created 1 big chance. But yet again, Liverpool showed us a character as why they were champions last season. Because if you're to see, Liverpool really played the defensive game, unlike the 2 games of Bournemouth and the Newcastle game, whereby they were games of goals. Yesterday actually, that game, Ancelotti came with a different tactic. Both Ancelotti and the Arteta played a conservative game. They were playing a safe game, but Arteta was just supposed to do better. He was supposed to come in and play risky football, because we've all seen against Bournemouth. Bournemouth went in for it and they almost got a point. Newcastle with 10 men, they also almost got a point. But really, kudos to the, oh my goodness, Dominic Szoboszlai goal. It was, what a screamer, what a fantastic goal. It was actually the difference of the game yesterday. Otherwise, the game was going into a draw, because you have to see, Liverpool played well defensively. Actually, Konate had his game of the season. Had a good game actually. Then the Liverpool defense generally, they defended the Arsenal set pieces very well. Because if you see, this time round, Declan Rice never supplied those good balls. Yes, I did the defenses very well. So basically, that game, kudos to Liverpool. Now they are 3 points ahead of Arsenal. But basically, that game, I saw it as a draw game, but yet it was on Arteta. He has proved it again and again in big 6 games or away matches. He always plays conservative football, but he was like at Old Trafford. Otherwise, even Man United was supposed to win that game, but he was lucky. So Liverpool got 3 points. Kudos to Ancelotti, but again, Arteta was supposed to start who? He was supposed to just start Eze. But why bring on Merino? He was just supposed to start Eze. Of course, they missed the services of Saka and Odegaard before he came on for them, and Liverpool got 3 points. Then the late kickoff of Sunday yesterday, Aston Villa was hammered by Crystal Palace. Maguire, what a performance by the captain Maguire. Crystal Palace yet again proving, because you see, they're actually unbeaten this season. Palace are unbeaten this season. So they played a game and they won the game. Though goals came late in the because if you see, most of the goals came in the second half, whereby Mateta scored and the Maguire scored. and of course Ismail Sarr yet again.